Hello, and welcome to That Booty, where we approach spirituality with curiosity and discernment. So, you've been trying to manifest. Many people have been introduced to the ideas of manifestation, law of attraction, and yet some of the most basic principles have been overlooked or downplayed. So yes, while setting an intention and using affirmations can bring about manifestations if it means that your vibration is aligning with that which you are trying to bring in, there's something called second guessing syndrome, which we are going to address today. And it's a huge thing that can get in the way of any manifestation. If you've been trying to manifest a specific thing, perhaps for a long time, or longer than you'd like, you might have experienced second guessing syndrome firsthand. It's something that can be related to guidance dependence, which I also made a video about, and I will leave a link to that below this video. But second guessing syndrome is when you put something out into the universe and you basically keep asking, is it here yet? Is it here yet? And you can do that either directly by asking the universe where your manifestation is, or indirectly. And this is the more dangerous one, the indirect second guessing, where you tell yourself, yes, I know that this manifestation is coming, but let me just get a reading about it. I know this manifestation is coming, but universe, give me a sign just to be sure. And it's not the worst thing in the world when you're having perhaps a day, let's say, where you're finding it difficult to raise your vibration and you need a little bit of assurance. That's fine. You're only human. But when it becomes a habit that you practice more often than not, it makes the energy of doubt stronger than the energy of the manifestation in most cases, or in many cases. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the manifestation will not come to be, but it has a tendency to slow down the process or give you things that are not an exact match to your desires and your intentions. If you find yourself in this cycle of second guessing, if you suffer from second guessing syndrome, what can you do to get out of that cycle? Stillness is an amazing practice. Just bringing the attention to the breath when these things happen and stopping the internal dialogue just for a moment to reset. We'll often find that we chatter incessantly, at least within our own minds throughout a day. And that can introduce doubts and fears and uncertainty. So when that happens, to simply stop engaging in the chatter, taking a step back and instead choosing to focus on the now by bringing the attention to the breath or one of the senses and really grounding yourself, that can help reduce the symptoms of second guessing syndrome. It can also help to list out, if you find this is a constant problem, it can help to list out what you're trying to bring in and the doubts and fears you have associated with that. So, for example, Many people try to bring in love, right? And we have a lot of programming within ourselves, some conscious, some not so conscious, that dictates what we feel about love in the sense of romantic relationships and partnerships. We might think that love has to be earned. We might think that love means making huge sacrifices. We might think that love means putting ourselves second. And there may be a degree of resistance to what we're trying to bring in because of these conditioned thought patterns. And that could be contributing to the second guessing going on. So if you list these things out, it can help bring subconscious patterning to light, and you can better cope with it. But at the end of the day, the best thing to do is to not think too much about what you're trying to manifest. You may choose to have a certain time of day that you dedicate to whatever method of manifestation you partake in, if that's your thing. Some people will say affirmations or set intentions or script. There are tons and tons of methods that you can use to help bring forth a manifestation. And you could find those online, and down the road, I hope to provide some of these methods to you as well. But what I say, once you've set the intention and you align with that vibration and you know that it's already yours, release it. Think about it as little as possible. If you really know, then let it go. You don't constantly ask if the sun is going to rise tomorrow because you really know that it's going to happen. It's not a certainty, but we know based on our experience that's going to happen. And that's the degree of certainty one needs in order to most effectively attract something into their lives. So if you really know, let it go and let it flow. And approach these things with curiosity. When it does arise, if you're thinking, will I get that job? Reframe your thoughts and say, you know what? I've attracted it. I've attracted this or something better into my life, and I'm not going to worry about it. It would be cool to see what happens if this is what it is, but I'm letting it go. I know that good things are coming my way. I have done the work. I have magnetized it to me. I really know. So I can let it go. So that's something to think about if you are manifesting, or if you come across some symptoms of second guessing syndrome in your experience. Hopefully you can use this video as a guide to provide you with the tools to overcome second guessing syndrome. Thank you so much for joining me, and I do pray that this video is helpful. Namaste.